All right, folks, this is Dan Tabar again. We have another episode of the Cortex Command 3D prototype project, a daily update. They've been a couple of days. We've been off now. There was midsummer, there were birthdays, but we are back now with another update here, and we're making some nice progress as usual. The previous video you saw, Max was struggling with some of the terrain being very kind of low res, and he was falling through it a lot. We're keeping it real. We're making sure that you see that there are issues that we work through, and this is part of this eating your own dog food kind of process. We will have bugs come up and all of a sudden falling through the ground all the time, and that has now been addressed. This is a new voxelization of the terrain that is higher resolution, and so we can scale it up and have it kind of look not so blocky again, and that's totally fine and doable. So the other thing that is hinted up here is that we have gone out and looked for some test bunker pieces. So Turbosquid is a place you can find 3D assets, and we've bought this one that looked promising. World War II style bunkers, very cool in here. Bringing them into Blender, of course they look quite nice. This is one of them isolated. I've done a couple of things here to make our voxelizer like this. The main thing is the bottom piece here. If you see that these pieces didn't actually have bottoms on them, and that's a bit of a problem for the voxelizer, because we need to actually put cubes where there's supposed to be concrete here, and the voxelizer won't know where the heck there's supposed to be concrete because it's open at the bottom. But if you take one of these flat pieces that were provided and make it a little bit thick here, not very thick, excuse me, then we can make it completely watertight. Again, the voxelizer doesn't need, and there were some other openings here that I had to fix up as well with these flat pieces. But exporting it to an OBJ file here with all the different pieces, they didn't have to weld them together or do very much polygon wise here, just kind of cap it off with these more or less crudely placed pieces that just kind of make sure everything is watertight, and then you export all that, and the voxelizer can deal with this. This is one of the ways to make something cool. But this is a cool bunker, I think, and it has interiors and stuff. So let's take a look at it. We have brought it into the game, and it's over here. And I want to fly over here, and I'll actually set up a brain in here. Let's say on top here. That'll be fun. So I'll spawn my brain. This is still taking a while. We are figuring out why this is taking a while. There's several issues with the spawning here taking too long, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. And I'll also get a couple of bodies here. But you see the Team Evil is down here, and they're going to want to go after my brain. I think they will try to make it up here as soon as the server recovers from me spawning some other guys here. But yeah, here we go. So these guys should be trying to navigate to my brain now. And they have their brain of their own. They do not have, so they've already totally nuked one of my previous brains. You see he got shot in the head, in the dome, and with a big gun. But here we go, at the top here, let's see what we got. So I can take control over let's do one of these guys. Not sure what they all pink heads, that would indicate their brains, but that's not the case. Also, my mouse seems to have not been captured. These other bugs. Oh no, it is captured. Very nice. So this bunker is a major success, I would say, in terms of the look of it. This is a World War II bunker. I have dug into here just to see, and this digging is of course very overpowered and actually the wrong digging. We're going to have it materials based, so this concrete is going to be very hard to dig through, and it's coming soon. We have the Cortex guys working on how to dig through different materials with different kind of settings on the hardness, so to speak. So walking into this bunker, you see that, you know, all the battle damage that will happen in here. And let's see, there's another guy here on my team when I shoot him. The physics are still not in here. That's going to make a huge difference in terms of them looking interesting and ragdolly. And here too, you see how you have to, like, it's a little too high for me here. So I could conceivably put some stuff here to just walk up on and shoot out there, where I could go around these different rooms here. And there are some issues with getting stuck. These characters are a little too tall. So, but being able to shoot out here at people trying to get into the back of here is quite compelling. You know, these are what those World War II bunkers were like. They had these portholes for defense. So somebody trying to storm the door here would get shot pretty badly from the side there. But you can also walk up here. This is neat. And do a little jump here. And here's my brain. He's up here protecting from this top fortification. I don't know if we can see these guys well enough. They're still over the crest. So, but yeah, it's a pretty cool bunker. We got it in here. It's all solid, kind of voxels of concrete soon. This is not quite in there with the different materials, but that is coming. And it would be very hard to dig through this very thick concrete. See, it's actually quite thick. Something shot it here and it did not penetrate. So we have hopefully enough to show here on this day. The previous day was a bit of a mess. We had many things going wrong, but as you can tell now, I'm not falling through the ground. The ground is not looking so low res anymore. There are just more voxels now. It's one step up, meaning there's 8 voxels where there were 1 voxel before. And it's looking quite nice with the scale of things here. Let me go down and try to fight with these guys. Oh, they're already shooting back at me. That's nice. This guy, Brain. If I shoot him, maybe I think the whole team might die. I think I got him. Yep, the whole team went down. Nice. So that's what happens if you don't protect your Brain in a bunker. Have him out here. You're gonna lose your whole team basically. And that's too bad for them. Let's see if these guys, I can find their corpses over here. But it still looks like an alien landscape, right? Yep, he's chilling over here. Not sure why he also has a pink head. I think that's something Max will look at soon. But yeah, can you imagine there's another... Actually, let's just show how that works. We can very easily add another bunker here. Brain. Oof, we have deleted those other ones. Okay, well, there's other assets actually. Sand. So this is a good point to make. I think we have sand block. I think sand block. Good. Version 2 is going to be the good one here. Yeah, that's... Oh, maybe not, actually. Let's do the other one. I played with the different materials on this one. So sand block 1, I think is this one. It's going to have a nice metallic... So this is kind of like a real world thing. In wars these days, we have these... kind of sandbags with a wire mesh around it that they filled with literally dirt and sand. Becomes quite a good barrier, cheap and affordable and easy to set up locally. Barrier here, so this is one piece. It looks like some other 2 things too. A sandbag, for example, that's nice. I'll put it over here so I can reach it with my character. And also a sand, oh no, it's a green box. Gotta move myself here. It's going to be green. We have this little search thing here, so it helps a lot to find things quickly here. All right, cool. So now I will go out of this mode. I will go into... Here's my character over here. He's walking around. I can embody him, remote control him now. Nice. This is the Cortex Command switching between RTS mode and FPS mode. Oh wow, look at this forest. I mean, wow, it looks all slimy too. The materials are a little whack on the terrain, but hey, it does look a little alien, doesn't it? All right, here we are, these pieces up here. So this would be the other way to build a bunker, is to actually have these blocks and more kind of like Fortnite or Minecraft style, be able to build with this kind of grid assist that we have here. I can place a heck of a lot of these, and we're not actually placing objects, we are stamping voxels into the world, into the kind of like terrain geometry. Made a pretty serious wall here. But yeah, you can see how the metal wire mesh is glistening in the sun and the sunset here. The lighting is pretty like romantic, you could say. Here's some other, box-like shapes that came from, other these what do you call them? Turbosquid and these kind of asset libraries, you could say, 3D content places. You can also place these haphazardly, of course. But yeah, this is a way to build, like Max was showing in the previous video, this is the way to build these fortifications, is by these smaller pieces, and you could do it kind of in this diegetic way where you're placing them as you would as a kind of soldier or somebody in the field here. So we can stack a bunch of these sandbags perhaps. Again, all of this is very experimental and very rough, and the way these sandbags are stacked kind of perfectly and a little bit not perfectly because they got some space between them. Maybe like it doesn't look that great. It looks like repetitive, but there's a lot of ways we can improve on that, make it more slightly random, have different variations of the sandbag, different orientations that can be randomized a little bit so they don't look so even. But look how cool this is. Like I'm shooting these bags, I'm shooting these barriers. Would be quite a good cover actually for building, you know, a fort on my own. And yeah, this is, let me try a different weapon here. Something that would have a little more oomph. Do we have something with more oomph? Here's one. Boom! This is way overkill. Like this sniper gun this is more like a serious missile or something. Not even an RPG would make this kind of a hole, I think. But you can make something penetrate here if you have enough of that stopping power, I guess you could call it. But yeah, some crazy railgun overpowered thing that Max made for testing, of course. But yeah, like if you have something more realistic like this, slightly more realistic like this machine gun, carbine. See, you're making dents but not penetrating this barrier. So anyway, these are some things that are cooking. We have more content for the different characters. We have the green clone coming in. We have to show him real quick. We're gonna make those materials work for the green clone too. Let me add this asset green clone. Not a green box, but green clone. Here we go. I think it's gonna be this one. Well, it's gonna be big, yeah. Green clone with some materials wrong, but these white things should be metal again, so they'll glisten in the sun and have nice metallic effects. And they will also have different properties. So when you shoot this guy and you hit him in the chest plate here, you might not penetrate. It might just cause cool damage kind of to this chest plate. It might even deflect the bullet off of it. But if you do get a lucky hit around it, then it would be a fleshy gross wound and bleed red blood and all this good stuff, Cortex Command style. So, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with how these bunkers are coming out. These are still tests and we have to tune certain things in here, but you can imagine taking one of those. Okay, we'll do this just as a last thing. So that green box, right? Boom, let's put it in here as a thing you can stand on, right? Quite simple remedy to not being able to see over that peephole, this little porthole, or I don't know what they call this actually, this slit for shooting. So now let me try to get out of here and I'll go into, I'm a drone now. Woo, flying back to the brain in the bunker. There we go. There we go. Run inside. And while I run inside, I will remind you that you can jump in and actually play this right now in your browser. The mobile clients, unfortunately, will not be the right version for this. Latest tests that we have, we will synchronize those soon enough. And see, I've actually had to like scrape away some of the ceiling here so that I can make it up here. They're a little too tall, these guys. But look at this, yeah, this box solves my problem. I can now shoot out. The gun clipping through the wall is not great. We will fix that. Cortex Command had all that in there where you would push the gun back when there's some detection of a collision. But as you can see, this is quite nice. I am quite pleased with this. We're defending our little hill here from a very, very well protected spot, and we're using this little box to get us up here. All this physical, diegetic, good stuff is really fun, emergent gameplay in my mind. And you can imagine trying to like fight off a bunch of enemies storming this place, coming in through here, shooting them through the porthole here, boom, 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 and then maybe getting blown up, and then them coming around the corner, and other guys are in here having to turn around and fight them off. I mean, this is going to be quite cool, especially when you have all the corpses and all the oil and blood and guts from the meat machines. So these clone soldiers, right? It's going to be quite a sight. Not just during the battle, but after the battle, you'll see, like, forensically, you could say, what has happened here. You'll see people, you know, probably dead here, and a bunch of bullet holes. And up here is a great place to actually protect against dropships and rockets coming down, right? Trying to drop more troops nearby you. So again, this is going to be Cortex Command to the hilt. Also, ships kind of kamikazing into here, trying to blow up the air defenses maybe. And it's going to be quite a fun sight. I do have to figure out. We'll probably have some pillars or something, because this doesn't look too good. But anyway, this is a long video. I'm going to wrap it up. It's late as usual, so sorry for rambling. Hopefully you found this interesting, and you can definitely go check out the link here below this YouTube video. It'll be a place where you can click and come in here and play right now. And there's all the stuff here on the screen for you to understand the different. So you hit F to get out of your body, go into RTS mode, and then you can click on any of your characters to jump back in. You can also spawn more. You can make all units go to this X, let's say. Will that actually work? That's another question. But in theory, I think this guy is working his way up, maybe? I don't know. There's going to be these kind of commands where you can tell people on your team to go attack certain things, do certain things, dig here, and so on. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys.